Hey, this is Robert Guest, and I'm here with Jose Noriega. We've been doing a couple of videos on probation and community supervision. Now, Jose, when people get revoked, when they're facing a revocation or a motion to adjudicate, one of the most common questions we get is, can they be reinstated? Can they be put back on probation? And Jose, why don't you tell us about that?
So the answer is yes. It'll depend on a lot of different factors, though. Sometimes we get calls, as you know, Robert, where they don't want to go back on probation, and they just,
Yeah. Depends on
want
their
to
goals,
kind of
first
be
of all.
done
Like,
with
do,
it, right?
do they want to be on paper at all? Because some people are like, I just want to sit it out. But let's assume they
Yeah.
do, right? Right.
So assuming that people do, it really, I always tell people from the moment you get arrested, from the day we go to court, you've got that time frame, right? And that's where you need to show that, hey, we're doing great at probation. We're I'm taking this seriously now, X, Y, and Z, right? I've done all these different things. And so, the judge can always reinstate at a hearing. The prosecutor can always reinstate by agreement. It can't just be done automatically, like, oh, I'm paid up on fees,
I'm
and
back.
all of a sudden you're back on probation, right? And
Well,
so,
I think one thing you're saying is, if you know what the allegations are while they're revoking you, we tell our clients, hey, let's try to remedy these things. Like if they're saying you did do community service, go do it. And if you didn't pay the money, then we can start paying it. But the fact that you didn't do it on time, and then you fix it afterwards isn't like a defense that makes it all go away, right? It's still something we have to work out because you can remedy all your defects, but like most of these, like fines and fees and community supervision or community service usually have deadlines on them, right? Like you got to do so much a month.
yeah, and so, tips to probation, document everything with your probation officer, right? So if they tell you, like, don't start community service after 6 months and then until you're done with these classes, document that. Send them an email saying this, and or this. But the odds get a lot better of being reinstated on probation if we can do those certain things, right? And if we can, I hate to say every case is different, but every case is different.
It's different.
So, just because you're being revoked because you didn't do one community service hour is a lot different than picking up a felony offense. And so
I tell
that's,
people getting arrested is like the worst one to defend against, right? And what's the other one I would say is absconding. Like that's probably even harder actually, because if you abscond, when we say abscond, which is kind of a word we use just kind of as lawyers and probation officers use, it means you just don't report at all. And because we have people who sign up for probation and never go, and that looks like they don't want to be on it, because part of this, and we haven't talked about really, is you need a good relationship with your PO, your probation officer, because they kind of have to want you back, because the probation just doesn't want you back. That's a hard sell, because I used to be a prosecutor, so did Jose. And if, probation would come to us as prosecutors and go, this guy isn't doing anything, he thinks it's a joke, I don't want to work with him. I mean, you tend to listen to him, because you have a relationship with these guys. But that's Jose's dog. Now, Jose, anything else you want to tell people about trying to get reinstated on probation?
Listen to your attorney. We're not telling you stuff and trying to make your life harder because, we think it's, we just want to be cruel and unusual or anything like that. We're telling you things because we want you to do them, because it will eventually help you out. And so that's number one. But if you have any questions, obviously give us a call. This is just a couple minutes long and these go very in depth, but our phone number is 972-564-4644 or reach us at www.guestandgray.com. We offer free consultations.